Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. Moving. We have moved to Mesa. All our stuff is in Mesa. I had the last stuff pretty much out of the refrigerator in the back of my car. A bag of clothes from the garage. That's it. Now we just have the cleaners coming over. And that's a wrap. So, what a ordeal moving is. It sucks. It started of course we didn't get ahead of ourselves and do a little bit at a time, left for the last minute. So, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday were stressful. And of course I was working. I worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and yesterday, Monday. So that even made it more stressful. Jessica hired these moving company, whatever you want to call it, with a price too good to be true, and that's why it was, because they didn't show up. This guy didn't show up the first day. The first day was, what was it? 2 days ago? Oh, it was Monday. It was supposed to be Monday. Monday between 8 to 11. That was the window. And didn't show up. Talked to him all. I'm waiting for my guy. Oh, he got sick. I got to get somebody else. And all this time, I'm waiting at the house. I'm waiting. And Jessica's already at the airport. She took little boy who had a panic attack in the car, as usual. And a panic attack at the apartment because he, never been there before. So that was stressful. And I waited there, I don't know. I sat there waiting for him for 3 to 4 hours. I was supposed to work at 2 o'clock Monday, 2 days ago. I was supposed to work 2 to 10. Waiting. And then finally he's like, the last time I talked to him was I don't know, 1 o'clock, something like that, 1:30. Oh, let me give you an ETA. I'll be right back. Never got back to me. Finally, Jessica messaged him. He gets back to her right away. And then, so it turns out he can't get anybody to work. Nobody wants to work. None of his people that he uses were available or wanted to work. So if he would have just told us that ahead of time, I wouldn't have wasted the whole day sitting there and been 3 hours late for work. So that was really frustrating. But the next day he shows up, and it turns out his brother-in-law is the one that helped him. He doesn't even have his own truck. He gets a U-Haul. So it's a really rinky-dink, one-man operation, He does know how to move. He knows how to set up the dollies and all that kind of stuff, pack the truck. And then, so our our dining room table is huge, and it turns out it needs to be taken, the legs need to be taken off to fit through the doors to get it out of the house and get it back in the apartment. So don't have the right Allen wrench for that. So they did get it out of the house, but now we have it on the patio of the apartment in the back. It's too big to steal. Nobody can steal that. It's too heavy. And yeah. And then, so it's the table. And what else? There's something else. I'm going totally blank right here. That's crazy. Can't remember the other thing that needs to be. Oh, our bed. Our bed is super heavy. It's one of those mechanical beds that we got free from our neighbor at one of our last apartments. We never use the recline-decline feature. I don't like to do it, but it's really heavy. So it's we have a 2-story townhouse-style apartment. So it's a winding. The staircase goes up and then turns, and it's just too big too heavy, I guess, for 2 people. So we're supposed to bring another person, or I'll be there to help them today. I don't know. Get that monster up there. To me, we should just get rid of it. We're going to move out of there eventually anyway, because it has the same problem again. But so the bed was too heavy to get upstairs to make that turn, and then the The dining room table is too big to get in. I got to take the legs off. So, working on that. Got boxes all over the living room. Jessica did take the cat out last night, first time. Now he wants, of course, I know he's gonna want to be out all the time because now he doesn't have a backyard anymore, and we don't have a patio or a balcony, nothing like that. So he has to sit in his tower next to the window, look outside with the window open. But he's gonna want to go outside all the time. So I've been working the last few weeks. I was getting decent hours at Sprouts because I was working. So I work bulk Sundays and Tuesdays, 8 hours a day, and that's even the manager Cole giving me a couple of his hours. Because when I first started, I was only working 6 hours a day, 2 6-hour days, actually 2 5.5-hour days. I was getting 11 hours a week the first couple of weeks. And then he started giving me 8 hours a day, or 8.5 hours a day, actually. It's only 8 hours, just gotta take a lunch. And then, I want to say like a month and a half ago, I started working in dairy because they were short a person forever. They hired one person, I think they quit, and then hired another guy, and he's never started. He's been doing his training online for like 2 weeks. So I guess he starts this week. And I think it's only available. It's a kid going to college, I guess. It's only available Friday through Sunday or something like that. So now I'm only going to get 1 day a week in dairy until he like quits, or I don't know what happens. So now I'm like only 3 days a week at Sprouts. And that's not good. I don't want to drive. Driving's not worth it. It's killing my leg. I mean, walking around at Sprouts kills my leg, and driving kills my leg. So now I got to walk upstairs in my own house. That sucks. But I really didn't want to have anybody above us or below us, for noise. I'm just tired of that. I'm tired of people making noise in apartments. If you do have somebody that we share a wall with, so we'll see how that goes. But so today's Wednesday. I'm off today. I'm actually off Sprouts Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So they could possibly call me in one of those days, The store manager asked me the other day what my availability, and I said, I'm available. So I started August 4th, so September, October, and now November 4th, which will be like next week, I'll be there 3 months. So approaching, supposedly you have to wait 6 months to change stores or change positions. I don't know if that's an actual rule or it's just like an unwritten rule, but anyway, I'll be 3 months in next week, so I'm halfway there. It'll be 6 months, and then have the possibility, hopefully, to, if I want to, because you get comfortable in the store you start at, because you know everybody. I think I would probably, seeing how the other departments kind of, from what I've seen, bakery, from Jessica's experience, bakery and deli are horrible. Produce, I don't really want to get into produce. And then what else? You got grocery. It's like half the store. That's a huge department. That's a lot of walking around the store. And then we have vitamins, which looks incredibly boring. Like incredibly boring, but easy. And then you have dairy and bulk. So I'm familiar with those two. Dairy's a lot of work. I mean, in the store I'm in, it's all front loading, for the most part. Like a lot of stores have the glass doors in dairy. That's all mostly load from behind. So in our store, it's mostly load from the front. Although you can load from behind in like half of it. You can't load from behind an egg. You can't load from behind in butter. But milk, you could, but it's not labeled correct. It's not labeled, so you really don't do it like that. I would kind of prefer that kind of setup, but we'll see what happens. I'm trying to see the time on my sunglasses on. So, driving back to Mesa right now. It's kind of like sprinkling on and off today. So, government shut down for the last couple couple weeks. No chemtrails. Wow, how about that? No chemtrails. The chemtrail pilots are not getting paid, so they're not spraying. Of course, World War III is supposed to break out any day for the last 2-3 years. So that's going on. Got to get back into working out. We live really close to the gym on the apartment, so that would be good. I got my dumbbells, of course. I canceled EOS. I only have a Planet Fitness. I got to see how far away Planet Fitness is from our apartment. See if I keep that membership or not. All right, that's about it for now.